Hey y'all, it's Fantasia. Welcome to my channel, Sewing with Tay of the Aya Emporium. Today is a video on my Toybox 3D printer. I've shown you guys this toy before. I bought it for my children to be able to do something fun, creative with. You can do things from scratch, you can do preset things, and today I'm going to walk through using one of the preset settings because we're going to make this, they call it a Vortex spinner, Vortex Fidget spinner, something like that. But this is what it looks like. This is all 3D printed with my little toy box, and it was printed in 2 parts. So you see here, this little piece comes out and easily, not so easily, goes back in. So let's walk through me printing this little thing here. It took a really long time to print, like 3 hours. So I'm not going to keep y'all here for 3 hours, but I'm going to walk you through my Toybox printer making this little gadget for my boys. Here is our Toybox. It is set up already. It says ready to rumble, meaning that it is ready to go. This is my iPad that has the Toybox app on it. I want to do this little fidget spinner for my kids. It is 3 minutes and 47 seconds. And to get it started, we're just going to start with the left, which is 1 minute and 40 seconds. We're going to hit that, which I already did. And then I'm going to go over here to where it says print me. So right here you can see it says beaming down. And this here is just warming up so that it can start printing. And once it is started, it will start the timer on this side. So this is what it looks like when it gets started. Once it's done warming up, it'll raise the laser, raise the platform closer to the laser, so it will start printing. It usually starts with a little outline stitch, and then it goes into starting to build the foundation for your piece. Got a little crazy there with the camera, but yeah, it's gonna start this way, then the platform will move down as it grows. I did realize I didn't do my standard setup, which you'll see what happens when you don't do that later in the video. Okay, I misread that. It's 1 hour and 47 minutes, not 1 minute and 47 seconds. So we have about an hour for this left inner spinner to actually print. So then we'll come check back in once this gets through doing what it's doing. I have no intention on filming this whole entire 3D print, so I'm going to pop in and out of just showing its progress. I realized I am 3D printing in black. Later in the video, after I had to reprint some stuff, I decided to change the color to blue so it makes it easier to see. So I'm just going to pop in some music so you guys can see the progression of this. I literally don't have to do anything. I sat this down to print. I sat my camera up and I turned it on periodically as I was sewing a different project. So let's just keep watching this 3D print process continue. Alright, so the inner is done, and now we're going to print the outer. So we're just going to click here back on the iPad. This is 2 hours and 7 wonderful minutes. And then I'm going to hit print me. It's going to beam me down, Scotty, right over there to the machine. I don't have to do anything. It's all Bluetooth. And then once it's warmed up and everything's transferred over, it will start printing again. I looked over and I noticed that it wasn't printing correctly and that it had shifted. It had kind of slid, so it wasn't lined up anymore. And I realized this was because I didn't follow my standard setup procedure. And I was like, I'm just going to reprint this and I'm going to change the color so you guys can see it a little better. So I hit the change food option on the Toybox and you hit the button to remove. I replaced it on this back wheel here. This is the food. There's a little clamp and you just pop it onto the back of the machine. There's a hole here on the top of the laser. I'm going to try to give it some light so you can see a little bit better. But you just take your food wire and you stick it into that hole. And there is a button down here that will say insert. So you insert it and it kind of pulls it down into the machine. I like to give it a little push and hit the button. Keep hitting it until the laser starts to push out the food. So you'll start to see there's like a black string of 3D food material coming out. So I like to keep hitting that insert button because you will see that it's black. It's not the blue that I just put in there. So if you keep hitting the insert button, it will spit out all the previous color of 3D printer food. So you'll see here it's like a little black string hanging. I'm just going to keep hitting the insert button until this string that's coming out starts to turn blue, so it looks like the food that I just put in there. And it took me quite a while. I usually have to hit that button like maybe 10 times or so to kind of push out all the old food and then get to the new food. So you'll see here, see the string is getting a little bit lighter. If I can hold the camera steady, sorry y'all, but you will see here it's looking blue now. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm at a good place. And I usually like use scissors or something to wipe that off. Don't use your hands. The machine comes with this little magnet plate that it prints on. If you apply hand sanitizer to this plate, it helps your 3D project stick to it. And I did not do that when I set up, and that's why my project shifted and it did not print well once it got to the taller part of my project. So I took the mat off, I wiped it down with hand sanitizer, and then I restarted my print. And there's an extra piece of string that's hanging there, and I didn't even notice this when I was doing it. It didn't make a difference. It fell off and it kept printing as normal. And now that it's blue, hopefully you can see details a little bit better on the outer part of this Vortex Fidget spinner. Alright, here is the final design. This is the inner and the outer vortex. You kind of push it on top and give it a little spin twist as you like push it down, and it goes in. It was a little rough at first, but once you kind of pushed it in and out a few times, it smoothed it out a little. I am super excited about this. My kids were really excited to see this being printed. They enjoyed watching the process. But yeah, that's my Toybox 3D printed Vortex Fidget. thank y'all so much for watching my video. If you like these 3D printed videos and if you're looking for me to try different 3D printed projects, please let me know. Leave me a comment in the description. But until next time, bye.